Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. So, for a very long time, I hear stories of people who have like some type of family totem. Then the totem can be different things. It can represent different type of animals. It can represent different type of entities. We can have snakes. You can have lion. You can have tiger. You can have different things. Can be different things. And actually, those totem are supposed to be protecting the family. Some of them been in the family for a very long time. So overall, it was always something that I never really thought about, because my own family, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not aware of any totem. But when I hear what the people talking about their family and what they had in their family, I never thought anything really bad about it. To be honest with you, I never really thought about it. I would just hear it. That's part of it. But when we get to really understand what is a totem, it become a bit concerning, because a totem is some type of a spirit that is there to protect your family. And between the family and that spirit, there's some type of transaction, there's some type of contract. It means that the spirit needs specific things. The family, the person who is in charge, let's say the family member who is in charge, because every generation they will choose a specific person who will be like in direct contact with the totem, and who will be responsible in giving the totem what the totem wants, and at the same time bringing the request of the family request, or worries to the specific totem, so they can find a solution. And at the same time, also, the person is also responsible in giving the totem what the totem need. And most of the time, what the totem need is always blood. It might be animal blood. Sometimes it can also be human blood. So that brings us, once again, it brings us back to the fact that many of our families made alliance with things that they did not understand, with things that they did not control. In doing so, they kind of like corrupted themselves. They kind of like corrupted the spirit. When we talk about what happened in Haiti, Haiti is the first black nation that was independent. But we know that they got the independence into making some type of alliance with specific type of entities. At the end of the day, they won the war, but they didn't win. They didn't win. I mean, they won the battle, but they didn't win the war. They only won one battle, and they didn't win the war. Until these days, some people still have to continue giving to these entities what they were promised when they made them win that battle. But the situation in Haiti has not changed. Why you need to understand that people in Haiti, people who made those um, those connection, people who made those alliance, were priests, but not the type of priest that you think about. Is really really like supreme priest. They were supposed, they have a very important role to play. They have a very important things to do that they needed to do. Yes, black nation all over the place were going through difficult time, but there's a way that they were supposed to go. But instead of going that way, they would decide to choose another way. And I can understand what it is, because it's clear that if you're in some type of oppression and things are very, very difficult, you see people that you love around you falling, dying, you want to find a solution to stop it. And sometimes you're not going to have the opportunity to think further than that. But because they were supreme priests, they should have known better. They should have known better than to make alliance with those entities. Why you need to understand that making alliance with those entities is exactly like being part of a political party. Whether you're in left, whether you're in right, whether you're supporting those who are in left, whether you're supporting those who are the right, left and right in front of you, to present themselves as enemy, but in reality they all serve the same entities. So it's the same things. Like when you make alliance with those things, yet they might be coming true for you when you need something specific, but at the end of the day, they're all serving the same type of entities that are all dead for the same goal, the same things. You know, even though we know that not all these spirit and things are negative. I say it many, many times. Not all of them are negative, but the best thing is never to make an alliance with them. Because, like I said before, when you make alliance with them, you know the day that you're making it, but you don't know the day it will end. Actually, it's not up to you to say, okay, you know what, we agree on this and that. I'm giving you what you wanted. You are giving what I wanted. Now is the end. No, you can't do that. They will be the one to decide. And like I say, if it means that it will go generation after generation, and like when it comes to the totem, like I was telling you in Africa and a lot of places around the world where black people live, is that at the end of the day, if at some point down the line, a person that was chosen to continue to serve them refused to take on the role, then there will be consequences. It can be that the girls and people in that family will not have kids, or people in that family will not have boys, or people in that family will not have girls, or people in that family will never like find love. It can be a lot of things that will go generation into generation. That you see the transgenerational curse. Most of transgenerational curse come from things that were done before by her forefathers, because they wanted to get this, they wanted to get that. Sometimes it can be that was done when one single person who got up because they wanted this, they wanted that. They went and make some alliance. But because we share blood, so automatically, because you're part of that lineage, you're going to bear the consequences. But this is not like a fatality. It's not like something that you have to. There's a way where you can disconnect yourself from order. There's a way where you can take yourself out of order, because that's another thing. That's another power that we have. We don't realize all the power we have. Anything that was done without your consent, anything that was contracted without you knowing, you are able, even with the blood, even with sharing the same blood with those people who make those alliances, you are able to take yourself out of it. It's not something that is not like, yes, that. No, you can take yourself out of it. There's a way to go. Like I say, her mouth is her word, what we said, is very powerful. And more importantly, what is within us is even more powerful. So it's possible for you to remove yourself from all those things. So to tell you that, yes, I know about those stories, totem, people who have snakes that live in the family, that snakes is there to protect. That's what they tell you. But the problem is, on the other hand, the snake is getting you to do things that are against nature. The snake is getting you to do that is against nature. At the same time, you kind of like giving access to your soul, to your spirit, to that entities. And that is not your place. You know? And when you give your access to your soul or to your spirit, you expose yourself beyond what? And from now on, those things can control you. You're no longer yourself. Which means that the day you close your eyes, you die. If you have to reincarnate to come back, it's going to be difficult. That's a lot to kind of like catch up with. Because you need to know that we keep on coming because we have to fix things that we did not do right last time. Some of us have been coming over again because we still can't get it right. And this is for those who can reincarnate, because they're not everybody who can reincarnate. I told you about people who don't have soul. There's many people around us who don't have spirit, who are not connected to a soul, and who do not have the only thing they have is conscience. You have to understand that a lot of people were made, like, you know, we call it science, but own science has been corrupted, and that people are using those things to make human beings who are completely disconnected with the source, disconnected. They don't have any soul. You cannot duplicate the soul. You cannot duplicate it. It meaning that when everything started, if it was only like, I don't know, 10,000 souls, that's all that is. Many people are people who don't have souls. Many people, and that's why you see those people, like I said in the previous video, are so attached to material things. Like material things for them is their God. And they need to acquire more and more and more, because in the subconsciously, they know that they need to, because they're going to continue living in that realm over again. So even when they will die, they want to come back. They want to come back and come and find those things, so they won't have to suffer. That's the only goal in life, is to acquire. That's why you will see that it doesn't make sense that one person will have, I don't know how many house, how many pair of shoes, how many clothes and all. It doesn't make any sense, because you cannot duplicate yourself to wear all those things, to use all those things. Why is the happiness to be looking at all those things that are sitting there? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. It never made any sense to me even when I was younger. But that's just what it is. Many of those people, well-being, people who that's all they have. The only thing they can acquire, they can own, is the material things. That's all they have. After that, they only have a conscience that was installed to them in some ways, and through DNA, through genetics, or people who kind of like brought them back here,